Konnichiwa Dokusha no minasama, and welcome back to PJL Books. Today, on the A to Z of Japan, we are at K, and today's K is karaoke. Oh yes. Now, you might snigger when I say that karaoke is one of Japan's greatest exports. And I don't blame you. When I mention karaoke or karaoke, you probably envisage some kind of cheesy holiday camp where parents who have not had a stiff drink in 20 years suddenly find themselves drunkenly staggering up to a stage to delightfully murder one of their childhood favourites via singing akin to the sound of a drowned cat and a plinky plonk version of the song that sounds as though it was made on a calculator. But that is not karaoke. Karaoke in Japan is light years ahead of that. First, a little background. The word karaoke comes from a mix of two Japanese words. The word kara means empty, and that's the same kara that's used in karate, which means empty hand. And oke is from the loan word orchestra, which is Japanified into orchestra, so it's shortened into oke. Put it together and you have karaoke, or the empty orchestra. This comes from the idea that during dinner parties in Japan, there used to be musical accompaniment. Enter the karaoke machine, which became a viable alternative to those pesky, expensive real people providing a synthesized version of a live instrumental, hence the empty orchestra. Origins of the humble karaoke machine are disputed to this day, but credit is usually handed to one Daisuke Inoue, who wheeled out his karaoke machines into bars in Kobe in the early 1970s. But whereas in the West, where karaoke has pretty much stayed in the 70s, Japanese karaoke is to that what a PS4 is to an Atari. So advanced beyond that as to be a whole different beast entirely. Firstly, karaoke is very much a night out experience in Japan. You simply do not go to karaoke sober. You don't. It's often sandwiched between the izakaya, the Japanese pub, and that dodgy 3 AM kebab. Well, it's Japan, so rather than a kebab, it's going to be a beef bowl instead. Ooh, now that's a post idea. Where was I? Oh, yes. So after you and your friends stagger into the karaoke building, yes, its entire building, whole businesses are devoted to karaoke and are numerous at that, you'll then be given your own private room. And this includes plush chairs, coffee table, a drinks menu. Oh yeah, and a great big TV, a beefy sound system, a wireless song selection system, and disco lights. Ready to get singing? Well, there are 2 mics usually, and sometimes tambourines so you can all get in on the act. Most of the wireless secretion things look like fat iPads, and they usually have an English menu too, so it's fairly easy to find the classics that you want. Just don't go expecting any Lonely Island just yet. The lights automatically dim when the song starts, on come the disco lights, and off you go of your Gangnam Style. Oh, you want to order drinks? Well, your waiter is on the other end of your room's personal phone. Just pick up the receiver, roar your order over the noise of your mates destroying Jailhouse Rock, and they'll do the rest. Altogether, it's a much more rowdy, friends-only affair, or at most a group of co-workers. It's less about tongue-in-cheek embarrassment than just drunkenly belting out your favourite tunes in pleasant company. For me, karaoke itself is only part of the fun. It's mostly about the atmosphere, the small room, shoulder to shoulder with your mates, drinks flowing, voices hoarse, as you vow to sit out the next few songs to recover until that song comes on and you demand the mic. There's definitely an element of catharsis in that. Japanese karaoke is an experience not to be missed. If you get invited to a karaoke event when you come here, I implore you, put aside your preconceptions. You will have an awesome time. And that's it for today's A to Z of Japan. Thank you very much for listening, readers. This post is on my A to Z of Japan blog, the written version of which is in the link below, so please check out that link and you can also see all the other posts that are on there as well. Thank you very much for listening, readers, and I'll see you next time. Sayonara.